I'm here with the boys from Nakatomi Plaza. You can call me Mao. You can call everyone else on the screen Jason. Thanks for coming in, guys.
Thanks, Mal.
Welcome.
Great to be here, Mal.
Good to be here. What a time to be alive, huh? Now, tell us about how you guys formed this band. You're all doing a million other things. What was the genesis for getting this band together?
Well, I'll take that one. So George and me, we call Jason Higgs George. It's easier. And George and me played in the Red Skull, which was a covers band. Mal, you've probably seen it a few times. Doing GNR and Metallica and these sort of packaged shows, themed shows, which was good. So we did that for about 10 years. And drummer Jason, I've known each other since primary school. And he moved back into Semaphore area about 5-6 years ago.
Correct, yeah.
And we started running into each other in the street and these sorts of things. And so the three of us ended up doing Faith No More songs together. And then sort of, I guess, over the years, and most musicians will be able to relate to this, you kind of get sick of doing what you're doing, especially if it's covers and you're sort of just repeating that cycle. So George had all these songs written and was looking to play them. And so we just started rehearsing, in between gigs as a three-piece, which is much easier to manage. And then we sort of ended up sort of integrating that into a Super Jace's show on Boxing Day last year at the Cranker. I reckon you were there, Mal.
I was there.
So that was really the birth of it. It's all come together quite quickly, and we sort of just sprung it on people without a great big fanfare,
Also, I remember going around to Higgsy's George's place just for a barbecue, I think, and we went into his little room, the room in which he's actually sitting in now there, and he goes, "Oh, have a listen to this stuff I've been having a crack at," and Jason and I just sort of stood there and our mouths just dropped. We just went, "Whoa, this is some really good shit. We got to get started on this." So that's what kind of fueled it for me. We just went, "Wow, this stuff is really fresh and exciting." Had so much energy now, we just bloody get on the gear, not get on the gear, but get on the instruments.
The music.
Get on the instruments straight away and start banging it out. So it kind of grew from there. We were really keen to get it going, and we just it was kind of like a bit of a drug, We just went, wow, really great. It was a rush, So we went for it,
Get on the gear, yeah. Right, so had that gig at the Cranker, and then you were lucky enough to score a slot on Churches of Steel at the uni bar down there. That was a great day.
Thanks, Chris. Happy birthday, by the way.
Happy birthday to Chrissy.
George, you want to talk about Churches a bit?
Yeah, look, I guess, Mal, having known Chris, we've all known Chris over the years in different forms, and I think he'd always said, "Well, why don't you guys, in our Red Skull form, why don't you guys do some originals? When are you guys going to come and do something like Churches?" And it was always, I'm sure we'll get around to it one day. It'd be great to do it. It's a great little festival. There's always great bands on there. And, funnily enough, Mal, in your Froth and Fury shirt, he hit me up again at one of the Froth and Furies and said, "Come on, Jace, what are you doing? Get yourself together with some originals and we'll get you on Churches of Steel." Funnily enough, because we were playing with Chris's Motorhead band at the Cranker and we launched Nakatomi Plaza, he was fantastic. Just in terms of like, "Right, guys, you've got the songs, you're ready to go as an original. How about it? I've got a slot left. Do you want to take it?" And we jumped at it. And to be honest, Mal, jumping on that and being with some of those other bands on the day, as our second gig as Nakatomi Plaza was just fantastic. It was a great way to sort of launch some new songs to people, and to the community, to the Adelaide metal community as well. So it was fantastic.
Always good times at those gigs. Always great times.
full of great people. You know, it's the people that make it. You know, whether it's people in the bands, people in the crowd. You know, it's the people that make those little festivals, and it's just great to be part of.
I've said it before, I'll say it again. There are no strangers at a heavy metal gig, only friends you haven't met yet.
Correct.
That's a
Very
great way to
good.
put it.
Yeah.
How many songs have we got written, and what's the plans with them?
Oh, George, that's another one for you, I think, mate.
Yeah, look, now it's fair to say I've got a healthy collection of songs. Probably written more than enough to cover off on a debut album, which is the plan. We've been in the studio with Jack Hartley. We do have a couple of songs in the bag. We've got another 2 sessions upcoming across the next 4 to 6 weeks with Jack. That should get us somewhere around 6 or 7 of these songs close to being in the can, with the intention of getting that up somewhere around 9 or 10 so we can look at releasing an album early in 2024. So that's the plan at this stage. But, you know, it's one of those things that the more time we spend playing together, the more little ideas come out, and I just keep demoing. So that initial 11, 12 songs is growing at a pretty fast rate. So by the time we get those in the can, I'm sure there's going to be plenty more to come.
Nice. Now, we saw Bloodlines release the other day, so tell us about that song initially. We'll get to the film clip in a minute, but the Bloodline song hit us the other day. Tell us about that.
Yeah, well, again, it was about having a few riffs sitting around, and it was actually my partner Amy who, for whatever reason, came up with the line "Bloodlines are being restored."
Oh, bless her cotton socks, eh?
There you go. And geez, didn't that trigger something for us? So there was a bit of a background to that, and a bit of a story with it. But taking that line, I had a bit of a melody on the guitar written, and it just seemed to fit really well. And it helped finish writing the chorus effectively. And it just went from there. I think I'd penned a majority of the words in the back of a notebook sitting in my office one day, and shot it across to Jace, and he took a look at it and finished it off.
Come together really quick. I can't remember now why we chose that as the first single, but you know, here we are. We've we said we didn't want to do a demo. We didn't want to do sort of a glorified demo, which is sort of, you know, very easy to fall into that trap. We wanted to have it properly recorded and produced and mastered and released as as like something you'd hear on the radio, you know.
That's a key element, I think, Jace, what you've just said there. The song really had that lovely hook throughout the song, throughout the chorus, and I think we were all thinking that would be a really good way to kick it off, would be to have something that people could really get their ears around. In fact, most people I've played it to have said, wow, I didn't expect this. You know,
that's right.
We thought it was going to be like very different in terms of maybe a little bit inaccessible for a lot of people, particularly by the way the band presents itself. We're a metal band, but we've got those hooks and those choruses which we really kind of push that are catchy, and they will get into everyone's heads, you know.
100% correct. Yeah.
Now you've done a film clip for that, which hit YouTube and the like just recently. Tell us about that clip for starters. Where was that filmed? Where are those tunnel things?
Well, we were looking for a location. We were like scratching our heads for a location because, you know, it had to be suitably metal. You know, we didn't want a lot of bright lights and, you know, dancing girls or whatever it is. But
standard.
Yeah. So I saw on Facebook actually, another band had done a gig down in the tunnels, which is actually underneath the old Lion Mouth. And
Oh, nice. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
they've done a
That makes
Beatles
sense,
show there, and tried to sort of reproduce what it had been like in the, you know, in the cavern in Liverpool. So we went in and had a look, and it looked great. And then we said, yep, okay, tick. So we've got the venue. Now we need, again, you know, we want to do it properly. We want a proper filmmaker, not to have my mate stand there, or, you know, my kids trying to film on their phone or whatever, you know, and doing this half-assed job. So we looked for filmmakers and sort of narrowed it down to 2 or 3. And we went with Jason Mild Waters, another Jason, JLM.
Yeah, that was an interesting day.
Yeah. You reckon this is confusing? So, you know, and he was from JLM Studios, Adelaide based. He's a feature filmmaker, a short filmmaker. And in fact, he's up for a couple of international awards this year at various film festivals in Europe. Documentary maker, and he'd done plenty of film clips. He's done a couple for Decidia. Mal, you would have known that. Yeah. And he did a couple for Dino Jag and a couple for Sarah Lloyd as well. So he's got a real wide range of, you know, styles. And he was just the perfect guy. I mean, we were in and out by lunchtime for a day.
Yeah.
Just run through
Amazingly quick.
Yeah, it was great. Really good. And again, you know, people look at it and go, wow, that looks pretty pro. And that was the whole idea, really, to do it in a way that stands up against something you'd see on the telly, you know.
I think when you work with someone like that, you can really tell the difference of people who really know their craft, you know, because we were in and out of there within 3 or 4 hours, Mel. Like, it was that quick. You know, we had our song down, we knew what we were doing, but his artistic direction, he had his ideas, and he was like, bang, let's do this, and we were just like, okay, let's do that. And it was in and out. I think it was so quick. It was fantastic. Got a good experience, you know, compared to some of the ones where I'm just standing around and go, oh, what the fuck do we do now, kind of thing. Anyone got any ideas, you know? Like, we've kind of done it before, you know? Yeah. But having that storyboard and that strong direction straight away just, made it so much easier and so much more pleasurable. So, and I think that comes out in the clip, you know, we look like we're having a good time.
Yeah, it does. I liked it. Some of the comments I've read, other people like it as well. That seems to be the general consensus, that everybody thinks, wow, this is very cool.
Excellent.
Well, that's good. That's
good to hear. Want. That's what we want. Yeah. You guys suck.
No. What next?
George, you want to answer that one?
Well, what next? We have a second single planned already. It's recorded. Jack is working his magic on that in terms of mix. And then we probably need to say as well, you know, in terms of Bloodlines and where we're going next with Voices, which there's a little tidbit. There's a song called Voices, which is coming probably in the next couple of months, I think. We've also been working with another guy out of the US. His name's Joel Wanasek. Great mastering engineer. He did the mastering on Bloodlines and is working with Jack with the mix, and we'll do the mastering on the next single as well. So Joel Wanasek, great mixer, great mix engineer, great mastering engineer. He did a great job with Bloodlines. Really got that brightness out. So another single that is coming out in the next couple of months.
Right. Another film clip for that, maybe?
Definitely.
Should be a film clip for it.
There will. And we've got some ideas. The guy we want to work with, he's having summer in Europe at the moment, so he's not back for a couple more weeks. But we've definitely got some very different ideas. It's not going to be anything like the Bloodlines song or clip, you know. It's going to be something very, very different.
Okay, so have we got any gigs lined up? If so, tell us all about them right now.
All right. Yeah, the next one is Dime Fest, the annual celebration of the passing of Dimebag. This one is going to be an Enigma bar across 2 stages on Saturday, the 9th of December. There's some tribute acts. So there's obviously Pantera band is going to be there by Demons Be Driven. There's a new Metallica tribute called No Life to Leather, and then there's a handful of original bands as well, of which we're one. So yeah, tickets are on sale now, I believe. So get on Facebook, have a look, come support the Knackers and all the other bands, and have a couple of what's this drink? Black Tooth grins, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it should be good. Looking forward to it. And yeah, Saturday 9th of December at Enigma Bar, Mel.
Excellent. Looking forward to it. All right. Hey, guys, thanks for coming and having a chat.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Mel.
Worth getting up now.
It's good to see you guys. It's important to be heavy metal about it. So give me the horns. Everyone has to have the horns up in the camera. Excellent. Thank you so much. Good luck with the album. I'd like to see that when it comes out. Good luck with congratulations with Bloodlines. Really well done. Well done to everyone.
Thanks very much, Mel.
Thank you, Mel.
See you at a gig soon.